Online math tutorials with Smart Tuition.
In this video here, I'm going to be teaching you how to answer questions on triple brackets. This is the grade 6 in the GCSE Higher paper and typically worth around about 3 marks. And it can be asked in both the calculator or non-calculator paper. And it's one of the few questions that has been asked every single year. And most students doing the Higher paper really like this question because it's a nice, easy 3 or 4 marks. All you need to do is follow certain steps. And with a bit of repetition and practice, you can easily master this topic. Okay, so let's run through a few examples. The first is x plus 3, x plus 4, and x plus 6. What I'm going to do is start off by ignoring this third bracket over here and just focus on these 2 brackets here. I'm going to have to expand these 2 brackets. There's different ways of expanding. I like to use the method of FOIL, which is where you multiply each number here individually. I'm going to start off by multiplying these 2 brackets here. These 2 numbers here. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. X times 3 is 3x. And 3 times 4 is 12. Now simplify that. X squared plus 7x plus 12. Put a bracket around that and bring down this bracket here. Now what we're going to do is multiply the x squared by each of these numbers here in this bracket. X squared times by x is x cubed. X squared times by 6 is 6x squared. Now let's do the same for this 7x here. The 7x multiplies by the x to give us 7x squared. And the 7x times by 6 gives us 42x. 12 now needs to multiply by both of these. 12 times x is 12x. And 12 times 6 is 72. Now, we need to simplify what we have here. The final form, guys, is usually something like this, okay? Something x cubed, followed by squared, followed by an x and a number. So when simplifying, I should end up with something like this. X cubed remains as x cubed, doesn't simplify with anything. 6x squared and 7x squared gives us 13x squared. 42x plus 12x is 54x, and 72 remains as 72. That doesn't simplify with anything. And there we have it, guys, the final answer of x cubed plus 13x squared plus 54x plus 72. Okay, let's do another example, but this time round I'm going to put a negative number inside one of the brackets. Now whenever you have negative numbers, that's where it can be a bit more challenging. A lot of students really dislike having negative numbers. So let's change this 4 here to 5. And we'll change this 6 here to minus 4. Okay, just like before, ignore the third bracket. Just focus on these 2 brackets here and FOIL them. So expand these brackets. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 5 is 15. Now, just like before, put that in. Let's simplify this here, and we're going to put it into an individual bracket. X squared plus 8x plus 15. Wrap a bracket around that, and bring down this bracket here of x minus 4. Now we're going to multiply the x squared by these 2. X squared times by x is x cubed. X squared times by minus 4 is minus 4x squared. 8x times by x is 8x squared. 8x times by minus 4 is minus 32x. Be careful with the negative number. Positive multiplied by negative is negative. 15 times by x is 15x. And 15 times by minus 4 is minus 60. Again, whenever you multiply a positive and negative number, it gives you a negative number. Now, just like before, we're going to simplify this stage over here. Nothing goes with x cubed, so x cubed remains as x cubed. 8x squared minus 4x squared is just 4x squared on its own. Minus 32x plus 15x is minus 17x. Again, be really careful with your negative and positive numbers. And finally, minus 60 remains as minus 60. And that there, guys, is the final answer. Okay, this same method which we've done here applies to any question. With a bit of practice, I'm sure you'll master it. As I emphasized to you guys previously, the final answer should be something cubed, followed by squared, followed by an x, and followed by a number. Okay, hope that helps, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.